Tremendous matchup here in Tel Aviv. Olga Rubin, born in Moscow, but moved here to Israel when she was a year and a half old. And here we go. Red gloves for Olga Rubin, blue gloves for Sinead Kavanagh.
Olga made first contact, but Sinead's firing right back. Good defense here by Sinead, pushing right on the elbow joint.
Sinead Kavanagh had her best performance in her last fight against Leslie Smith, which was a loss, but she was so good on the feet. This is a very smart tactic by Olga Rubin in getting her to the ground, where I think Olga has an advantage.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's wise to trade with Sinead. She is very powerful and very aggressive. She's under the chin here, John.
Yeah, she has. You know, what you need to see out of Olga Rubin, keep driving that weight forward, keep the pressure, and make Sinead's arm be up towards her shoulder. That keeps that choke from being effective.
Yeah, and adversely, what Sinead needs to do is use those legs and really elongate the body of Olga.
Drive that body away.
The key to all chokes is the lock. I like where her lock's at.
The lock is good, but the legs are not.
Agreed.
And that's what is making it so she can stay.
Sinead has not earned a victory yet in her professional career by submission. John, to your point, she thought that she won that fight against Leslie Smith. She said her boxing was on point. Early on, she's cranking on the neck of big, bad Olga Rubin, who's right in front of her corner. You see the hat, like always, Brad, one punch Pickett. She's working it.
She's working it, but it is now, if you look, you can see that jawbone being a little bit of a problem for that lock to work. And the legs are not in the position that you need them to be to extend the hips backwards to force more pressure on the choke.
And she's out.
All right, Sinead needs to waste no time. Get her back on the fence. Start wall walking here. Her head on the fence, not where she wants to be. Get those shoulder blades on it. Start to build position here. But she's got to make that decision now.
You're right, she does have to make that decision, but right now, Olga Rubin in this top position is very good at maintaining that balance point and keeping herself centered on her opponent. And with that head pressure forward, it's going to be hard for her to get up on that cage.
Kavanagh began training at SBG Ireland under the guidance of John Kavanagh back in 2014. Her 15-year-old son, Leon, now training there as well. Olga Rubin has spent a lot of time in London the last few years. Her mom lives in the UK. This is her fourth fight under the guidance of Brad One Punch Pickett. 3 of her 6 wins have come by knockout.
It's really funny that since she's been working with Brad Pickett, it's her ground game that has really expanded, and her ability to maintain positions and to do ground and pound work has become exponentially better.
She has said Brad has made all the difference. He believes in me, but he's willing to teach me. He's patient. And it's interesting, a lot of those American top team guys, and I saw Dean Thomas last week, they have become just outstanding coaches. Mike Brown, Dean Thomas, King Mo's making the transition.
They have so much talent there. They have so much experience in that coaching staff, and then it transfers over not only to American top team, then you've got American top team in like Portland. You've got, you know, Great Britain top team, which Brad Pickett is running. All of these offshoots of it, and they all have outstanding instruction.
One thing about Sinead right now, when she's coming over and getting those overhook guys, that's the kind of signal, look, I want to protect myself, but I'm not looking to get up from here. I'm looking to get through the round, and that's okay. She is protecting herself to some extent, but I'd like to see her get up from here. I'd like to see her back on her feet and using some of that box. Okay. She slowed the pace enough. The referee jumped in and helped her.
And Kavanagh would like to get back to her boxing roots like she did in her last fight, looking for more of the same against Olga. And man, there's a big hematoma on the forehead of Olga Rubin, champ.
I think what referee Todd Anderson was saying is that Olga Rubin is not only using her head as a third arm, she's almost striking with it. And he's saying that she's creating a clash of the heads. That's why he stood him up.
Okay, so there was a bit of an infraction. I didn't catch that.
Well, if you look at the visible part of it, both of them damaged with it because there's a cut over the eye of Kavanagh as well.
And the real question in this round is how much credit are the judges going to go towards that guillotine attempt? Are they going to say that it was a viable attempt, or they say, no, it was never in a position where that choke was tight enough to give Olga a problem other than in getting her head out?
Olga's landing a little bit here.
Both of them.
And she said that she thought she won against Leslie Smith, so you've got a frustrated Sinead Kavanagh. She's in the blue gloves.
Oh, great jab.
Red gloves for Olga Rubin. Standing and trading with KO, Sinead Kavanagh, not always the best thing to do, Jay.
Oh, she looks excellent. I'm so impressed, particularly with this jab, the way she flicks it out. I'd like to see her follow it up, maybe even a second jab or across, but everything she does is powerful. Now, this is the part of the fight she's had problems. Keep her back off the fence would really help her. That jab, she just flicks that out.
The use of that jab, that's what she was doing with the Leslie Smith contest, and she was very effective in many moments of that fight. It was just the pressure of Leslie walking through her shots that ended up making the judges go with Leslie Smith. But Sinead has heavy hands, and she has very good technique when she uses them. It's just a matter, instead of getting caught against the fence, she needs to more quickly circle out against that pressure.
Yeah, Olga's doing a good job of backing her up. This is the same position we've already seen twice in this fight where she's had good moments. Sinead looking for that same guillotine. Olga respected it.
That's the area that Sinead should be. Every time she steps outside of that black circle, she should be circling out and getting back to the center.
Olga said she has wanted to fight Sinead Kavanagh ever since she signed with Bellator. This was supposed to happen back in February. Sinead suffered a broken hand a couple of weeks before the bout.
Sinead opening up, man.
Yep.
Heavy shots here.
That's what she's best at.
And you see that she's starting to back Olga Rubin up.
Every now and then I like to see Sinead change elevation with one of those shots, John. Go to the body, just keep Olga guessing a little bit. I don't blame her for being a headhunter, and she's having good luck with it, but there is some opportunity to go downstairs.
It was the big body shot by Julia Budd in the title fight that ended the night for Olga Rubin back in July.
And John, coincidentally, Sinead is starting to do what you just said she needed to do, which is circle. Put Olga against the fence. Keep some real estate between your back and that cage.
If you fight in this manner and you put yourself in the right spots, this is your fight to win.
Sinead is teeing off on Olga Rubin.
Landing some good shots. Again, you see you're in that circle, stay in that circle.
Olga bull rushes are smart.
Yeah.
I don't blame her. Got an underhook, rushed her in here.
We talked about it earlier, Jalen. If you're losing the stand-up, you might not want to stand a trade.
There you go.
And she was losing the stand-up.
Certainly was. Sinead's keeping a little separation by having wrist control here, but she does need to circle off. Just keep your back off that fence. Olga's got both legs now.
And there was the mistake that Sinead makes. Instead of getting that underhook, she was trying to utilize a bicep control, and that underhook could have turned her and gotten her the leverage to get herself off the fence.
Olga's respecting that guillotine. That first one must have been a little tighter than what we were able to see. So every time Sinead goes back to that, Olga says, no, let's not play this again. Oh,
nice big right hand. Into the house, he's in trouble.
Yeah. Sinead teeing off. Olga's big trouble.
There's where you talk about the body.
Now look at that. Now Olga comes back.
Dropping down to the body would have made a big difference right there. Olga Rubin sewing some whiskers on that chin because she got hit.
We got ourselves a fight, guys.
Both of these ladies just going after it.
What's it take to put Olga down? That's becoming a real question here.
The body. We saw that out of Julia Budd, and you're the one that brings it up, and you're right. Sinead should have attacked the body at certain moments where she's headhunting.
A lot of time left in this round.
All right, she sunk 4 there.
Sinead Kavanagh, 5-time Irish national boxing champion.
What a fight. Holy smoke.
Olga getting tagged again. You want to talk about your boxing being on point again. Kavanagh just tearing into Olga Rubin. Hit is all over. Sinead Kavanagh finishes big, bad Olga Rubin.
Well, and guys, I really think they take the lead for fight of the night.
Oh, no doubt.
Absolutely.
That was outstanding.
Look at the big shots landed by Sinead here. She has got heavy hands, and when she decides to throw, those don't land, but that does. That left hook was beautiful. Pushes her off to get space, comes to the body, up top, back up top, enough to where all of a sudden Olga's just not responding, puts her hands down. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, referee Todd Anderson steps in, waves off the contest due to unanswered strikes officially. 4 minutes, 37 seconds, round number 2, the winner by TKO, Sinead Kavanagh.
So after those fights against Harding and Smith, Kavanagh with the TKO